Mind Crypto here. I hope we're all having a wonderful day. I know I am. Bit cold here in the UK, but I'm dealing with it. The title of the video is Quant Staking Updated. Please subscribe, please hit that notification bell so that you don't miss any further videos, and please like this video. It takes 2 milliseconds just to like it, and you'll be doing me a massive favor. I really appreciate it. Remembering none of this is financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor, and none of the information that I provide should be a signal to either buy or sell. But first and foremost, we look at these crypto bubbles and we can see there's a bit of green in the market. Quant sitting at $103, ranked at 46 with a market cap of $1.24 billion. 24-hour volume is 20 million. We are up 0.8% in the hour, up 1.6% in the day, up 1.5% in the week, and up 20.3% in the month. Currently still sitting 12.5% down in the year. But again, as you know, I'm not bothered about current prices. I'm looking way beyond that. So we look at bull shark trading for RTA. 1-day price action bouncing from the top of the resistance trend line and currently trying to push higher. 4-hour, we can see there was a draw on the sell side liquidity and a rejection from the 200 EMA that held up price. Price still below the 55 EMA, and we will need to flip this for any further movement to the upside. A breakdown, as previously discussed, we will look for the fair value gaps to be filled and draw on sell side liquidity. So all looking good. We're just hovering. So I produced a tweet some time ago on the 17th of October, and I was talking about Gateway, and I said, what would it take to generate $33,000 per year in passive income from Quant when and if the Quant community gateways open? Now, they're not open, so immediately they're not open, but I had a lot of questions over the past few weeks, and people saying that actually transactions will be a lot more than what I initially focused on, because I put it down to, if you look here, I used metrics like 80 billion transactions a day. So I changed it up just a little. So I posted some new tiers because people wanted to use Quant as the basis of knowing what they could earn if and when Quant was to release these gateways. So I put here Quant staking examples of what passive income could be generated if and when Quant Network Gateway is introduced. They are not open as we speak right now. Every transaction on Overledger passes through gateways, and those who operate them and stake their Quant are rewarded for each transaction the gateway processes. So I use some different metrics. Assuming 65% of all Quant tokens get staked, which total Quant is 14.8 million. So 65% of that number is 9.7 million tokens approximately. And assuming the gateway pay out 1/100th of a cent as well per transaction. So assuming Overledger processes 150 billion transactions per day, because that was one of the ones as well. People saying they think they're going to process way more transactions than the ones I presented earlier. So 150 billion Overledger transactions per day at the rate of 0.0001 per transaction equals $15 million total transactions fees per day. So $15 million total transaction fees per day divided by 9.7 million staked Quant equals $1.54 per Quant staked per day. So we move down. In below, again, this is all speculative. Users that gateway stake Quant, and this is approximate, if the assumptions above ever happen, 50 Quant would make you $77 a day, approximately around about 28,000 passive income per year. 100 Quant staked would be $154 per day, which is $56,000 per year passive income. 150 Quant, $231 per day, $84,000 per year, and then 200 Quant staked, $308 per day, which would be $112,420 per year. Again, this is making an assumption that all these things would come into play, but it is food for thought, and it's lip puckering as well, because this is something that has been talked about quite often as well, but it's not a utility that Quant has pushed out, which we're going to talk about in just a moment. So I say here, these are assumptions. Gateway staking has not been confirmed, and this is just for entertainment purposes only. But again, this is the math. So you can go away and you could look at what number you've got of Quant, and if you were to stake it, and obviously we've got to consider the tiers as well, because there was talk of 500 Quant to open a gateway, but then they said it might drop, and then I'm guessing there will be other gateway networks where people open up and you can then stake your Quant with them. But again, this is all speculation, so the Quant tiers for staking will also need to be confirmed. Now, my question to you is, would you stake? Well, with these numbers, I know I would, and I will keep holding and hope for the day when Quant puts out a tweet and said, Gateway staking's open. But if we look here at CryptoSec, it says here, quote, token velocity. Quant token velocity is reduced by multiple sources outlined below. So we've got annual licenses lock Quant QNT up in payment channels for 12 months, which we know about. Once a license is renewed, Quant is locked up for a further 12 months. We've got the trustless layer 2. Payment channels provide scalability for transaction fees in QNT, despite it being an ERC20 token, with the vast majority of transactions being performed off-chain instantly, with only minimal transaction fees being done on-chain. The payment channels require a lockup of Quant in order to be used. The more Quant locked up and the longer for, the cheaper the Quant transaction will be, as more transactions are sent off chain, thus reducing the token velocity compared to other platforms used for transaction fees, and longer and bigger Quant lockups would be beneficial for Quant market price. Payment channels are used for payments to gateways to perform tasks, licenses, purchase of MDApps, off-chain data fees, access to APIs, etc., all contributing to more Quant being locked into payment channels. So gateway operators, this is what we're interested in. Gateway operators will have to lock QNT stake to operate within the Overledger network. The more that is staked, the more requests the gateway is authorized to handle. Staking is also required for helping prioritize gateway operators when there are multiple gateways who can transact the same resources. The gateways that have staked more Quant with the treasury will be ranked in terms of priority by the algorithm to determine who will receive the transaction request. Quant are exploring options with new partners and looking at introducing Quant staking for gateway operators to opt in to a staking service facilitated by the Treasury to make better use of stationary QNT, where your locked up license will be able to earn staking rewards facilitated by a regulated third party. The token has all the attributes for an excellent potential store of value, and people will be more inclined to hold it, thus reducing the token velocity further. I also tweeted something back again, and this was something also from CryptoSec. At present, we do not know how much Quant will be needed to run a gateway. Initially, it was suggested that it would be 500 Quant, but this may be much lower. Food for thought, leave a comment. So it says here, gateway operators must have a minimum deposit to join the network, which is a license fee, and will be much lower than the original 500 Quant that was planned. They also have a variable deposit where operators choose how much to stake, which, unlike the license fees, return providing the gateway doesn't act maliciously with faulty behavior. The more that is staked, the more requests that the gateway is authorized to handle. If the gateway returns faulty data, malevolent behavior, then the deposit gets slashed and punishment to incentivize correct behavior. So there you go, guys. There's quite a bit of information there. And what I find quite interesting is that Quant, I'm guessing, is exploring that with a third party, regulated third party, where there's a possibility that some of that stagnant Quant that's just sitting there doing nothing may be staked. But there is no news at the moment. And as we know, Quant doesn't always give out this news quite readily. So we have to wait, we have to hold tight and wait for these things to come. But there's no harm in us, lip puckering, putting some figures together to see what could be made if we were to get these gateways open. So there you go, guys. Remember, please like and subscribe. You'll be doing me a massive favor, and you'll be helping out me and the channel and producing these videos. So there you go. All the best, and I will catch you later.